Today I'm going to be showing you guys the best new settings here for Modern Warfare 2 Season 6. This is going to be the last season of Modern Warfare 2, which is a great feeling to literally get off this damn game. But for you guys, the new settings, my graphics settings, all the stuff that makes me the player that I am in Modern Warfare 2. I want you guys to comment down below your sensitivity and what console you do play on when you do play Call of Duty and Modern Warfare 2. And let's show these new settings that I have here for Season 6. We're going to start off with the graphics tab here. Just let everybody know I do play on PC. I have a controller on PC. It is a Scuff Impact controller. Just to let everybody know. For display, obviously full screen exclusive. Play on PC, this is the best thing you want to use because you'll get the most frames. This whatever your monitor is, that's the display monitor that'll be here, whatever the name or letters, numbers, that's what will be here. My graphics card is going to be 3090 Ti. Resolution is 1440. My personal opinion, if you have the money to upgrade to 1440, I think you should do it. 1440 is definitely way better than 1080. It's more smoother. The game looks more pretty. It's like 1440 is just best. I went to 1440 and I promise you I'm never coming back to 1080. Literally never going back. So if you have it, I say suggest you use 1440. Dynamic resolution is off. That's default. The aspect ratios, all these right here are going to be default. The frame rates just based on, you know, the settings that I have here for the display. We have the shaders operation. That's just all like what shaders is. Display gamma is going to be 2.2. Brightness is your personal preference. We have HDR here. That's also automatic. That's going to be default. Then we're going to be for the quality, global quality. Obviously, it's going to be a custom. You could put it to like however you want it here if you don't feel like going through every single thing. But obviously, I'm going to set it to how I like it. Resolution, it's on 100. Whatever your monitor resolution is, that's what this is going to be. Make sure it's on 100. Mine's going to be 100. Then it's going to be 1440. But if you play on 1080, it'll be 100. Then it'll say 1080. You have upscale sharpening. I use this cast one. In my personal opinion, I think that's the best one. And I just put it all the way up to 100 right here. It makes the game look nice. I mean, it makes it look way more vibrant. Granted, it does look a lot better on the videos just because I have filters in my OBS, so we kind of see two different screens, to be honest. For the anti-aliasing, is going to be on Filmic SMAA T2X. Make sure that's on that. Anti-aliasing quality is on normal. Video, that's also on default as well. The details and text resolution, if you play Call of Duty on PC, you don't need to have a lot of this stuff cranked. It's Call of Duty, like you're trying to like play a storyline kind of game. You want the most frames possible, so that's exactly what this is going to be built out for, the most possible. So text resolution, texture filter, that's all going to be on low. For the nearby level of detail and the distant level detail, it's going to be on high. Clutter draw distance on low. Particle also on low. Particle level quality is also on high, but I probably should put that low, to be honest with you, because it just doesn't even need to be, you know, cranked up like I said before. Bullet impact, that's personal preference. You want to see them. I personally don't care. I have that off. Distant damage, that's also going to be off as well. Shader quality, I have that on low. Escalation, that's on off. On demand texture streaming, make sure you have that off as well. It just downloads textures in the back while you're playing. It's literally the most useless thing in the world. Streaming quality, make sure that's on normal. We have the volumetric quality as well. That's on high. We have the deferred fixing, whatever quality is on high as well. That's all like literally all these are default, I promise you. Water quality, you can literally just put it to however you want it. That's just how the water looks. Shader map resolution is very low. Screen space shadows high. Spot shadow quality is high as well. Spot cache is on ultra. You have the particle lightning is on low. The ambient collisions is also going to be on off. So same thing with the screen space as well. We have the static reflection is going to be on high. Weather grids is on ultra. I probably should put that on low as well. It doesn't even really matter. We have the NVIDIA reflex latency. I put this on because it definitely does help with the PC when it comes to delays. Obviously, if you're on console, I don't think you have this, so my bad. I think this is the most important part right here. Depth of field, we'll make sure that's off. World motion blur, that's off, and same thing with weapon motion blur as well, and the film game 1.0. If you have all this stuff on right here, the game will look completely blurry. You will not be able to see at certain ranges. So you turn all this off, and your game will look extremely sharp as it can, and you can actually see people at further ranges. Like I said, if you like motion blur, you like motion blur, but me personally, it's just not a good sight on if you're trying to play the game. That's just, I learned that years ago. So if you have it on, I suggest you turn it off. Let's apply this right here. For the view, FOV is going to be 120. But ADS field of view is going to be affected. I think 120 affected FOV is one of the best things. I know a lot of people use independent, but I think affected helps you because it eliminates visual recoil on your gun. It's factually been proven. You literally can see the difference between affected and independent. So I suggest you use affected. In my opinion, weapon field of view, that's going to be on wide. That's just, I don't know why that's even in the game, to be honest. Third person field of view, that's personal preference, but mine's on 80. For the camera, I'm gonna make sure everything when it comes to movement camera is the lowest thing possible, because no one wants their camera shaking while they're trying to play the game. You know, so you want to be able to shoot straight. So put that on the least, which is going to be 50%. Third person ADS, that's third person, that's just all personal preference. The default spectator camo or camera is on helmet camera, which is all, like I said, personal preference as well. So that's going to be pretty much for the display settings. I think a lot of people on console won't even have a lot of these settings, so it's like you really won't even, you won't see a lot of stuff, so it'll be a little shorter for you guys. People on PC, that's what it's mainly for. For the audio and volumes, my audio mix is going to be on headphone bass boost. That's how you literally can hear every single thing. I promise you can. Obviously, they have the whole sound EQ thing that they're going to the system and do that shit. I don't want that, to be honest. The speaker headphones and speaker output, that's all default based on your what you have plugged into your PC. Voice chat, that's on. Obviously, you want that on, you can have it on. Game voice channel volume, that's all lobby. Like I said, a lot of these are going to be personal preference on what you want. If you want to hear people, then you can obviously turn all these on to these settings right here. Your mic mode, push to talk, like I said, personal preference as well. Same thing with the microphone input level or input device, whatever mic you have plugged into your PC, that's what the mic you're going to select. Same thing with the volume, when they higher or lower, you can do that. You also can test your mic as well. Subtitles, generally don't even know why who wants subtitles on a multiplayer, so mine are going to be off. Subtitle size, like I said, is all personal. And mono audio, I definitely don't use because it splits the audio. I'd rather hear everything in one, so you can just, I not guess, but I don't know, I think this way is kind of better in my opinion, to be honest. That's how I've always played. That's just how it goes. You have reduced tightness sound. I don't know what that is, to be honest with you, so that's off. That's all default. Like I said, a lot of these are gonna be default, I promise you. Juggernaut music, that's on. I don't use the Juggernaut. Hit marker sound, classic or MW. It makes you have some sort of hit marker sound, whatever you think sounds more satisfying to use. I think, me personally, I've been changing this to classic. I think the classic one sounds more satisfying, so that's why I have that on. And we have mute game and minimize. That's also personal preference as well. So the next thing we're going to cover is going to be the interface tab, which a lot of it will be personal preference. I can literally guarantee you that, like, especially when it comes to this readability, when it comes to the menu size, default as well. Whatever size you want the text to be, you can do that. Same thing with the duration of the messages in game. I have mine on medium because I'll see them. Color customization, you can literally change this to whatever you want, to however color you want. You can literally just have fun with it, I promise you. It's literally one of the best things you can do. Honestly, it makes the game more, not more fun, it makes it more pleasing to look at. That's the way I can definitely word it. That's how I can really put it. Subtitles, they have another subtitles tab right here, which really isn't important in my opinion. Let's see, you have the hub. All this is going to be on 0 because these, like, just when it comes to like the maps and like just to make the game look more fit on screen. So this will always be 0. That's also on default. Make sure your mini map is on square, because whenever you have it on circle, you cannot see as much. Like those 2 pictures on the right, you literally can see more on the mini map when it's on a square. So square is definitely the best thing you can do. Do not have it on the circle one, I promise you. Mini map rotation, make sure that's also on as well. That'll definitely help you. Horizontal compass, you have that on if you want. Me personally, I really don't care about the compass, I'll be honest. Cross here, make sure you have that on as well, because it can help you with centering. Hit marking visual, like I said, make sure you have it on, because it gives you some sort of like indication that you're shooting someone, you're touching them. So it's definitely good. You have the damage based hit markers as well. Make sure you have that on. Make sure you have player names on full names as well, because it helps you see people in this game. If you have it on like on icon only or abbreviated, it won't look great. You definitely will not be able to see. So definitely have it on full name. That's how I personally would do it. In-game text chat, that's personal preference, but mine is on. Let's see, we have the center dot. Make sure you have that on as well, because it will help you with centering as well. This is going to be the size of the dot in your screen. And like I said, the telemetry is a whole bunch of personal preference things. Like these 3 settings right here are just stuff I have on top left. Like that's pretty much that. But you, like I said, personal preference, you have them on if you want. That's just me. A lot of those are off because I just don't even want to see them. A lot of these are just going to be like in-game connection kind of situation. So for the next thing we want to cover is going to be my controller settings here in Modern Warfare 2. Obviously, like I said earlier in the video, I have a controller, so that's my input button layout. That's only be on default in terms of like these buttons down here. But I do play tactical flip. I say it every time. Tactical flip is the best way to play Call of Duty, no matter what. Obviously, it's a personal opinion. Look, any of these things are just literally personal preference. But my personal preference is tactical flip. I like to slide with L3. I like to shoot with R1 and L1. That's just the best way you can do it, in my opinion. So that's exactly what these settings are. Tactical, but the button layout and flip is going to be on when it comes to R1 and L1 and stuff like that. So you can shoot with those two weapons, or those two controls, I should say. Also have one of these stick layouts going to be default. Bumper ping, that's off. Controller vibration, I say take it off. I personally don't like vibration because it makes my hands, especially now, I haven't used it in years, so it made my hands just feel numb. So definitely have it off. My sensitivity is going to be 7.7. I love playing 7.7. Whenever I am on an engine like this, I do 7.7. That's the highest I've ever gone and will ever go, most likely. ADS sensitivity is going to be default. A lot of these are going to be default right now. I don't touch none of these, so you can just copy these how they go, because these are all going to be default. I can literally guarantee you that I don't touch none of this stuff like this. So except for the automatic tag sprint, I put this to automatic because I don't want to break my controller. So that's the best way you can do that. Equipment behavior, that's on. A lot is going to be default. Interact / reload, depending on if you play Warzone, then you'll have this on prioritize on interact. Multiplayer, just have it on tap to reload. Arm place as well is going to be all as well. That's literally for Warzone. The aim assist tab, like I said, a lot of these aim assist is going to be on as default as well. Same thing with the aim assist default type, that's on default. I haven't touched none of these, and we'll never touch any of these because the game's basically over, so I'm not even going to use that. You have the third person ADS thing, that's on default as well, but it's on assist. Aim response curve type is the thing I did change in here. Make sure you have this on dynamic. I say it every time as well too. Dynamic is the best aim assist response curve type in the game. It basically aims for you. You should be using it literally no matter what. I can literally say that no matter what, you should be using that. Okay. ADS default as well. Default. All these are going to be off. Control orientation is up. Gyro settings are all off because I don't use any of these. They're all default as well. So whenever they added it into the game, that's how I left them, to be honest. Yeah, so all these gyro settings are going to be default as well. Got a whole bunch of them going on here. My tactical behavior is going to be on double tap. Automatic airborne manslaughter is going to be on partial. Like I said, a lot of the things are going to be default. A lot of these won't even, I didn't change yet. Some of y'all probably won't even have a lot of these things on console, so it won't even really matter. But a lot of these are default. I promise you, all these are default, so you can just copy that as I go. But there's going to be my settings video here for season 6 of Modern Warfare 2. I want you guys to comment down below your sensitivity. Obviously, you see mine is a 7.7. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. I'll see you guys in the next one.